Hey guys, Silly here. I've got these two Emerson EDC multi-tools here. One is the 50/50, which is a combo. Anyhow, one's a 50/50 combo edge, serrated, partially serrated, and this one's just the plain version. They're almost identical except for that blade variation. So let's take a look at the first one. So open up the box, you get your manual to take a quick look at it. It's quite a good design. And we've got a blade, a Phillips screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, and a leather punch. Now the interesting thing are these two screwdrivers. They lock at 90 and then they lock once again at 180, so you can get some real good torque. There's also a built-in like wrench here that you can take out and take a look at. So I will go through it all at once. Now, first picking it up, it's pretty heavy. They call it an EDC, but in my pocket I think this thing will be pretty heavy and uncomfortable. You might get used to it, but it's definitely not something you want to carry around in your shorts. Now, once again, I like to complain about it. Pocket clip, the logo's fantastic, super cool. But why do they gotta use the regular, just deep carry once again? Especially with something it's EDC, I think. You know, like this much of it's gonna be sticking out. It's quite thick and bulky. So this pocket clip, once again, is a disappointment. But I think almost always I will say this kind of pocket clip, the regular kind, is a disappointment. Now it does have the Emerson hook, which is fantastic. I can't really show you with this camera angle, but those of you who know, these things are fantastic. They just work great for deploying from the pocket. It comes out smooth and fast. The blade is D2. It's got a nice coating on there. It's sharp. It feels good. It's got the blade has a liner lock. It doesn't look quite as sturdy as the other locks, this one and this one for the screwdrivers, but looking down inside the skeletization, you know, it kind of follows a line like the liner lock kind of follows a line like this. Let me see, goes about halfway, comes to about here, and then tapers up and gives you maybe a 25%. So maybe from about here is where the gap in the liner, you know, separates the liner lock from the liner. It starts right about here, about 25% in, extends to about here, and then goes to about 50 inside there. So I think that's pretty good. I'm sure they've tested that. I'm not gonna bother with testing of that. Let someone else do that with their knife. There's their blade. It does have a nice cool wave shape to it, especially in here, the belly. I think it looks quite nice. When I first saw this Emerson hook, I was like, what's that ugly thing? But the functionality of it just blows away the bad look. You know, it's just the benefits of this function just make it so much better than if it wasn't there. So I can accept a big hook sticking out the bottom of my knife. Now I pulled it out already, so I'm gonna pull it out again and show you the wrench. The wrench is quite nice. It has a metric 8 or 10, 8, 6, and 4 millimeters, and then your imperial 1/4, 5/16, 3/8, 7/16, and a half. Now, and of course a nice little bottle opener too. I think this is a fantastic idea. Now, you know, you can't quite get a lot of torque in there. It's pretty short, but I don't think you'll be like taking apart your engine block with this thing. But you know, for tightening up a screw or maybe even loosening one, perhaps you can wrap a cloth around it, because you know, if I squeeze this pretty hard, it doesn't feel good. And if you're really trying to loosen something that's tight, that's gonna feel pretty crappy, especially these corners here. These are pretty sharp. This edge is, you know, like, take a look. Anyways, it's definitely not gonna feel great if the screw is super tight. You could wrap something around it and get a good grip, maybe a cloth, maybe a piece of your jeans or something. Who knows? That would be your problem. I won't be using it for undoing anything. Now the next tool, let's stick on the same side as the blade. Pull out the Phillips. Like I said, locked. It's not going anywhere. You can get some good torque. Quite nice. And it won't open or close. Push the lock, bring it out to 180, and you can get a good twist, regular screwdriver style. The size of this Phillips, I'm sorry, I don't know. It's not a very good looking Phillips. I would think it wouldn't fit very many screws, but hopefully I'm wrong. Back in. Over to the other side, we have first the flathead screwdriver. Once again, 90 and 180. It's pretty thick. It's a pretty thick flathead. Let me take a good look at it. It's a pretty thick flathead screwdriver. Anyhow, and the last, where is it? Oh, in here. Oh, that's gonna be fun to take out. Well, let's see. The hole punch, the leather punch, locks at 180 using another liner lock. Yeah, that looks sharp. You're not gonna have any problems sending this through a piece of leather many times. Now, I don't really know too much about leather punches. I don't know if this will have any function other than, you know, for deployment. But there you go, liner lock. Now it's got these G10 handles. They're sharp looking. Emerson logo, Multitool knives. So let's take a look at this serrated blade before I turn this off. And serrated blade. Let's compare them. There you go. That's a small portion. I wouldn't say that's 50-50. More like maybe 25-30. There's some aggressive teeth. Your standard, you know, one big, two little, one big, two little. Feels pretty sharp, but that's not 50-50. But nevertheless, there you go. 2 Emerson EDC multi-tools. Thanks.